Hey guys, I'm Sdanwolf and welcome back to the channel. Quick update video today. This is my Patreon update video. My buddies Dave LaSpring and Klaus are due their quarterly custom builds. So I kind of reach out to them about once every 3 months because these guys are a part of the $3 a tier, which come about because, you know, I always had like just the $1 tier where kind of, you know, I put your name at the end of the video and, you know, just generally helping out kind of grow the channel. But I thought maybe we need to maybe like get a little more bang for people's buck. And so that is where this come along. So the $3 tier, I actually reach out to you, like I said, maybe once every 3 months, once every 2 months or so, and see if you need a custom build, like as far as like, you know, scenery goes, vehicles, restaurants, stuff like that. Like I can't build you a whole park or anything like that once every 3 months, but as far as scenery goes, this is what I do for those guys. And I basically, you can either let me take the gauntlet and just run with it, or you can give me your idea of something that you were needing. So in Klaus's case, he said, I know this is going to sound really weird and it might be a little tough, but I really want to see Shrek's school bus in Planet Coaster. So I'm not sure if he's building a Shrek park or what he has going on, but he needed the Shrek bus. So he kind of sent me over some screenshots and some concept art, and I was just kind of been playing around with it the last little bit, and I was like, I think we can maybe make something like that work. Because as far as like knowing that I had the wagon wheels and I actually used the little train piece right here, this is that kind of like the main shell of the bus, and I just painted it yellow. So that is kind of that piece really helped out. You know, just kind of me being able to form and, like I said, shell this bus out. We've got remember in the movie, it's not, it doesn't say stop. He's got a little halt sign. And, yeah, and the only thing from the actual Theme Maker's Toolkit you'll have to do, unless you've got art-shaped ones, is I did pick up these two horses, these little static horse models to use. So it will prompt you to download those if you don't have it. But other than that, yeah, this is the little Shrek school bus. So big shout out to Klaus. Thank you for this suggestion, and I hope you enjoy this build. I will upload these. By the time this video goes live, these will be on the workshop for you guys to go and grab. And then the Rock Cafe, when I reached out to Dave, longtime patron subscriber, he said, man, whatever you think's cool. He said, I know I'll love. He's like, he goes, I'm big into music and rock and roll. So maybe use some kind of idea on that. So yeah, that is where the LaSpring Rock Cafe was born. So I don't have an interior or anything to it, but I figured maybe on some of your Main Street or some of your like maybe Universal type builds, I've got you a little rock cafe. So we've got the little entrance here with the devil horns, and up on top I thought would be pretty cool. We've got like a little rooftop stage where you can kind of make your way up the elevator here and take in the show, or you can actually bring your food up here and eat up on the roof. So yeah, that is kind of what I come up with for this time, guys. And like I said, this Patreon thing, it was neat just doing people's names at the end. And it was like, you know, in the beginning, it was really cool to have like these hardcore fan supporters on this. But I'm like, we need to think of something with this Patreon where it's not so corny. Like, hey, just give me $1 just for saying you're giving me $1 and getting your name at the end of the video. I'm like, that's kind of like a little shady, kind of creepy of me. So I'm like, let's make a tier. We'll make it $3 and I will build these people something actual and personal. So, you know, you can have, and like I said, just give you a little bang for your $3, or, you know, by the time you'll get this, you'll actually either have contributed $6 or $9 to the channel, and it really really builds up. These three guys, if you've caught the last Dollywood video I did, these guys essentially I was able to save up, and they paid for 50 of the $70 it cost me to buy the gimbal from Best Buy. So I took the Patreon money, I put it in a savings account. It's literally called YouTube Savings, and I was able to buy that piece of equipment, and you would not believe the difference it makes from walking around like handheld in a theme park, like where you're jostling and kind of bouncing up and down, to having this really, really incredibly smooth gimbal. And that is thank you to the patrons. Like I said, they come up with 50 of the $70 to get that gimbal. And like I said, this isn't like the Patreon for me is totally to bring you guys a better experience. So that's why it all goes back into the channel. It either buys RAM, it buys, you know, the gimbal, it buys better recording equipment, all of that stuff. It is totally YouTube focused. So if you do decide to support the Patreon and go that route, it is in the long run benefiting me and you guys, because it's just prolonging and making better quality content for the channel. So like I said, it is definitely YouTube centered, my whole Patreon deal. I know I don't advertise it a lot because I really like how it's been kind of organic, and if people happen upon it and they're like, oh yeah, Sdanwolf, let's see if he has a Patreon. It's just really cool that the long-term, like hardcore supporters are there. So really, really good on you guys on that. Big thank you to the patrons, and big thank you, like I said, again to Dave and Klaus for these really cool ideas. Look for these on the workshop. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you end up enjoying this video, and don't forget to subscribe for more Planet Coaster content. And we'll have another Theme Maker's Toolkit review coming out pretty soon. And yeah, guys, thank you for stopping by and hanging out with me, and I will catch you in the next video. Thank you. See you guys.